War of the Worlds, Star Trek, Star Wars, E.T. Now, what could any of these have to do with my presentation? Well, these are all fictional stories that either have aliens in them or about an alien. However, I'm not going to be talking about fake, fictional aliens. Today I'm going to be talking about actual aliens, how they visited our planet in the past, and how there are aliens in our universe. First of all, before I talk about aliens, I want to give some information about space and an equation called the Drake equation. Now, space is huge. It's so big that we can't even begin to fathom just exactly how big it really is, especially because it may even be infinite. Now, Drake's equation is a way of identifying 7 different factors on the odds of us coming into contact with alien life. These factors include the number of stars born each year, the number of these stars that have planets, the number of these planets that orbit in the right location for life to form, the number of these planets that actually have life on it, the number of these life-bearing planets that have intelligent life forms on it, and finally, the average lifetime of technological civilization. Now, I know this is a lot, but what this has to do with aliens is that this equation can determine the probability of us coming into contact with extraterrestrial life, which ends up being a little bit less than 1 in 10 billion trillion. Now, that may seem like a very, very small number to actually happen, and it is, but when you put that number into account with the sheer size of the universe and how many stars and planets there are, it isn't very unlikely to happen. In fact, this may actually happen pretty often. One of the main problems of this, however, is the fact that any intelligent life that may try to make technological advances may also die out before it can reach any other living life form, or it may not even be around at the same time as another one. So at least with this equation, we can determine that aliens do in fact exist and have most likely been around. It's just that we may not have been around when they were. Now, even though I was able to prove that aliens do exist, in fact, I haven't yet shown how they've already visited our planet and made contact with us. Now, that's where this new information that was published last month, around October 21st, is going to prove. According to this Fox News Science article, it states that some builders in Romania uncovered a unique object made of aluminum about 33 feet under the ground. Now, I know it sounds kind of boring and bland, like how does an aluminum object prove that aliens visit our planet? Well, this aluminum object was found alongside 2 large bones of an extinct animal, a mammal, from about 10,000 to 80,000 years ago. However, the object itself was revealed to be approximately 250,000 years old. Now, what this means is that about 250,000 years ago, someone or something had an object that was made out of aluminum and had used it back then for a reason unknown. However, we barely had the technology to be able to create that object just about 200 years ago, give or take. So, therefore, there is no possible way for anyone to have the technology back then in order to create this aluminum object. This object has many people puzzled over it, and the only explanation most can give is that it must have been brought here by something else, an outside force factor. As of now, it is known to be the only actual proof that a UFO has once visited our planet, and they left behind proof of a visit. At first, I was kind of skeptical of it, but after realizing that there is no possible way for that to have been made back then, what other option could it have been? So with this, I was able to give some evidence that aliens do exist, and with the Drake equation, and that we have been visited by them before and left behind the piece of technology, which is that aluminum object. Thank you.